exam we're going to do is the mandible. We're going to do a PA, we're going to do a town, and we're going to do axial obliques with an SMV. Well, I just showed you the SMV on the facial bones. It's exactly the same, so I'm not going to repeat the SMV. That's the one where their head is tipped all the way back. You can refer to the facial bones for the SMV. The PA is just the same position as you did for the PA skull, the PA facial bones, except now for the mandible we're going to center to the lips. So I'm going to have a 10 by 12 IR in the bucky tray. My marker is on. My patient has a shield on. And I'm going to have her step forward. Our orbital meatal line is perpendicular, so we're going to have her tuck her chin a little bit. We see my board is not lined up very good here. Tuck a little more, right there. And so my central ray should go through the lips. And I think I have that about right, but I need to adjust my IR a little bit. And I'm not quite to 40 inches because I wanted to have room to work, so I'm going to bring that in a little bit to 40 inches. And I'm going to step in between and move her over just a little. Make sure her head is nice and straight. She's got her feet apart a little bit. And I'm going to leave that PA alone. There's your PA mandible. The next projection is a town view. It's different than the town view for the skull. That was a 30-degree for the skull. For the mandible, it's a 35-degree angle. So we're going to do 35 caudal angle, and our patient is partially set up. As you can see, I'm centering to the center of the head. We're going to use the infraorbital meatal line again, and the light will you center to the TMJs, which are right here. And then you're going to center your IR to where your light is. So that's the basics. I've got 40 inches, and I'm just going to come in, double check her position a little bit. She's got to tuck her chin, have be as straight as she can, and her orbital meatal line is looking pretty good. I don't have her quite centered though. Let's go right there. Next time we do this, I'll make sure her part is right in the center. That helps. Okay. This is the axial projection for the mandible. And what we're going to do is have my patient be about 45 degrees. And she's going to turn her head lateral and tip her head a little bit. Now, there's many ways to do this. 45-degree angle, and the angle would be from the head to the wall. That, if it's 45, you're going to see all the way out to the mentum when you look at this projection. If you do 30 degrees, which I'm going to show you, then you don't have the mentum open. I teach the 30-degree, but I always recommend that if you're doing a patient that might have a mentum fracture, to go ahead and do 45-degree angle, which is about the way she is right now. So I need to put a left marker on this. And then I have my IR crosswise. And my centering light will go right under the angle of the mandible, or the gonion. It goes right under there. And it actually will go right straight through to the angle of the mandible on the other side, closest to the IR. So we would have her hands straight down to her side. I've done this crosswise. We want to always include the EAM, which is close to the TMJ. We're looking for the TMJ. And then down below, actually, the angle of the mandible. So I've centered this pretty close, and we have a left marker on. She took her shield off, and so we have shielding here as well. And the acanthomeatal line should be parallel to the floor. She should be lateral. And this is the angle you're looking at. Now that's about 45. If I were going to do 30, I would just move her head a little bit closer, and everything else is the same. There again, her interpupillary line should be perpendicular, except for the rotation that we have now of the neck. So you start out with them perpendicular, you make sure they don't rotate their head. And I'm just gonna step over here and look, she looks pretty good.